Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us for DCC Today. Happy Monday. Our photo today is from Kurt Bidinger, and this is a picture of a sandpiper that he took out at Hobuck Beach. And Kurt, that is a beautiful shot you got there of that little bird. Announcements. This Sunday, we will be continuing our study of the book of Job. And so I hope you can join us either in person at 9 o'clock here at the church or online at dcchurch.org. Also, coming up next Monday, so a week from today, there is a new camera club starting up. And Shane Simonson, our communications director, is getting this rolling. And if you're interested in photography or videography, even if you don't have experience, why don't you come and check it out? You don't need to have equipment, but this is a chance to learn some new skills. And of course, if you're an accomplished photographer or videographer, that's great too. Should be a great time of fellowship. And if you'd like more information, just get hold of Shane. You can reach him at his email address, shane@dcchurch.org, or call the church office at 360-683-7333. I've got one more announcement, but before I talk about that, let's do our devotional thought for today. The Bible begins with these simple words. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Our world is wrestling with all sorts of social issues relating to euthanasia and abortion and gender identity and racial tensions and so much more. And while the debates surrounding these issues are often lengthy and complex, much comes down to what you believe about where it all began. Are we a mindless accident in the vacuum of space, or are we the product of an intelligent mind that created with design and purpose? In high schools and colleges and just about every nature special you've ever watched on the Discovery Channel, the assumed starting point is that we are mindless accidents, that we've just had the good fortune to stagger into enough consciousness that we can now create our own destinies. But the Bible says something very different. It says that we are the products of an intelligent creator. So often we hear that belief in a creator is simply unscientific, that there's a consensus among scientists, but that's not really the whole story. We have a special weekend coming up on November 20th through the 22nd. I'm calling it affectionately Really Smart People Talking About God. Scientists, no less. It's going to begin on Friday night. Friday night, we're going to be a host site to show a movie called Against the Tide. Against the Tide is a brand new documentary. It's being released nationwide, and we have signed up to be one of the sites that is showing it. And it features Kevin SORBO, you may know him from various movies, and also Dr. John LENNOX. Now, I love Dr. LENNOX. John LENNOX is a mathematician from Cambridge. He is a distinguished scientist in his own right, and he also is a firm believer in Jesus Christ and a wonderful defender of the faith. And so this movie, Against the Tide, features John LENNOX laying out a case for faith. It'll be shown at 7 o'clock here at the church. As I said, we are simply hosting this. So you do need to buy tickets for it. The tickets are available for sale online. It's $11 for adults, $9 for children. There is a banner on our website where you can click to go and buy tickets for that event. Then on Saturday, we have a special guest coming to join us. It's Brian Miller. He is the research coordinator for the Center of Science and Culture at the Discovery Institute. Brian is a physicist with a bachelor in physics and a minor in engineering from MIT and a PhD in physics from Duke University. He also co-authored the book God's Not Dead, which became the basis for the movie by the same name. Brian is going to be with us laying out the case for intelligent design, that there is solid science that points us to the fact that we are not just products of an accident in the universe, but there is an intelligent designer, a God who created us and who loves us. So Saturday night, Brian is going to be doing a session with our youth, junior high through college age students, and kids are invited to come, young adults invited to come and spend time with Brian, ask questions, ask hard questions. I guarantee he can handle it. And so that'll be on Saturday night at 6:30 here at the church. Then Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, Brian will be our featured speaker for our Sunday morning service. And of course, that will also be available online for those of you that watch our service online. Then Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, Brian will be leading a workshop here at the church. And the workshop will be available both as an in-person event as well as on Zoom. And so you can let us know if you'd like to join that by Zoom, and we'll be sure that you get the link so you can do that. There is a registration form that we are sending out, and you can fill that out, and it will let us know how many people we should be planning for each of those events. There's no charge for any of this except for the movie on Friday night, but we would like to know how many people are coming, and for those of you joining by Zoom, we'd like to know that you need the link for that. I'd like to take a minute to just show you a trailer for the film that we'll be showing on Friday night called Against the Tide. Take a look at this.
Why there is something rather than nothing is a huge question today.
Belief in God does not really help us.
Religion teaches us to be satisfied with not really understanding.
I believe the exact opposite. God, far from being a delusion, is real.
Religion is a fiction that just is never challenged.
I believe that the public need to hear that there is another side.
And that's why I'm here to have you help me to understand and follow the evidence.
I do argue that there is evidence for the existence of an intelligent God behind the universe. Christianity answers the question, who is this God?
How do we know that God came here in basically human form? How do we know that?
Why don't we meet in the place where it all began?
What about the resurrection?
Now, I don't normally need 5 minutes to rebut the resurrection.
The resurrection possesses unrivaled explanatory power.
John, I sense that you truly believe this.
I'm convinced of it, not simply as a Christian, but as a believing scientist.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us today. A little bit different pace for DCC Today, but I'm looking forward to that weekend, and we'll be back here Wednesday morning with DCC Today. Until then, God bless.